Everyone, I've just realized I've only been doing updates on the new extra booster pack, but I always forget about some other things. And this is one of the things. I already forgot that we're actually getting a new, pretty much super starter deck where it's like starter deck 10 where we get three different leaders. We're getting starter deck 13. I totally forgot about that, to where we get three new leaders all in one, and it's of the brothers, of course it is. So we get Monkey D. Luffy, Portcullis D. Ace, and then Sabo. Um, all of which are half yellow, which is really cool to see. They all share one of the same colors because they're brothers. That's really cool. So they're all half yellow. Luffy's going to be black yellow, Ace is going to be blue yellow, and Sabo's going to be red yellow. So really cool. Another revolutionary army that's red yellow. So it's not just like Bello, or it kind of is just like Bello Betty actually. So let's get into it. Monkey D. Luffy, black yellow. Per the rules, which is really cool to say, I don't know why, it just sounds cool. Your face-up life cards will be sent to the bottom of your deck instead of the hand. So, really weird, right? You're returning stuff to the deck, but it's black-yellow. It sounds like something that should be for Ace, if anything. But, yeah, instead of sending it to your hand, you send it to the bottom of your deck for your face-up life cards. So I guess you just don't want your cards to be face-up in life at the end. Who knows? Dawn times 2, you activate the main once per turn. You can discard one card from your hand if your life is at 0. You may add up to 2 cards with the cost 5 from your hand or trash to the life face up. So probably going to be running a lot of triggers in there because if you can return character cards cost 5 or more, or sorry, with the card cost of 5, you're probably going to be running trigger cards to get them out on the field. So it looks like you're gonna actually want to be at 0 life as much. Really daring, I might say, to have a leader that pretty much relies on you having 0 life, which is weird. Really weird. I can't wait to see how that actually works out, I'll be honest. Ace, blue, yellow, right? Same ability, where you have to have 2 Dawn on him, and you activate it once per turn. You look up to the top 5 cards of your deck, you add 1 cost 5 character to the top of your life face up, then place the remaining cards to the bottom. So he has a built-in like filter mechanic, but it's for your life. And then at the end of your turn, you send all your face cards in your life to the trash. So if he's like Luffy's ability, where if the card in your life is face up, you send it to the trash. But Luffy's, you just you set it to the bottom of your deck if it's face up. So like you don't have to trash it like Sabo does, or what like Ace does. Like say you have a card face up in life and you're playing as Monkey D. Luffy. Instead of taking that card face up that's faced up, you put it to the bottom of your deck instead. For Ace, at the end of your turn, you have to send it to your trash no matter what. So maybe we're going to be getting stuff for yellow and blue that lets you play stuff from trash, or we're going to be getting stuff for yellow and blue that helps you grab stuff from life, like Hiyori or something. We're going to get more Hioris probably, or something from blue that helps you return something from your life to your hand, or return it to your deck, or return it to the field in some type of way. So yeah, that's what Ace does. Lastly, Sabo. Sabo can do a activate main as well, but it's only times 1 Dawn, so he takes 1 less Dawn than the other 2 brothers. You add one of your 3 cost higher characters with 7,000 power or higher to the top of your life face up. Wait, where you may add one of your 3 cost or higher characters with 7,000 power or higher to the top of your life. Okay. Give up to one of your characters plus 2,000 for the turn. So interesting, right? Interesting. You could run like say you could run a Brûlée for Sabo, right? You could run a 3-drop blocker Brûlée, right? Add it to your life, or no, it has to be 7,000 power. So what could you add? That's 7,000 power, 3 cost, or just 3 cost or higher. That's 7,000 power to your life. That'll benefit you. I guess you could say Big Mom, but Big Mom doesn't really have a trigger card. Or she technically, actually, wait, she does. You can run Olin in this deck. You can run Olin with Sabo. If you don't know who Olin is, Olin is actually here. Let's look this up together. So Olin is Big Mom when she had amnesia, and Olin is a card that lets you play her for free, pretty much. So, Olin's a card that came out in OP04, that's right. So you could run this card with this Sabo. because it has to be a 3 cost or higher with 7,000 power or higher, and you add it to your life face up. Then you give one of your characters plus 2,000. So you could return this Olin back to your life. So if you have 1 or less life cards, you play this card. So this would be the card you just keep returning pretty much after the trigger. So she'd be your last life, right? Say she's your last life, or she's your second life, correct? Like say you have 2 life left. You swing, your opponent swings at you. You trigger this card. You play her. Then on your turn, you swing with her. Use Sabo's ability by adding 1 Dawn, and then return her back to your life. And you know she's going to be next, so you just return her to the top of your life, face up, and then something on your board that's already there gets plus 2,000 power. So you're always going to have a big body on board. So this Olin right here could actually work pretty good in this Sabo deck. It's not bad. So you could probably be running some Big Mom Pirates with this stuff, with this leader. So that's pretty cool. I think this is like the first leader that actually makes this card somewhat viable, in my opinion. Because I remember when Olin got released, I didn't know what she was going to work well in. I mean, she could work well in Katakuri, right? Because Katakuri reorganizes your life. So if you had this in life, you just put her to the bottom of your life, and you're always going to have a big body at the end of your life as Katakuri. But like, that's about it. So like, this Olin could actually work really well, because not only do you have a certified big body on the board, you just keep returning her to your life to always have a big body next turn, because you're just returning her back to your life face up, and not to mention you also get the plus 2,000 power. So Sabo could be the one that this card gets ran in. So Olin is like a good example on how this ability could fully benefit and fully profit. So yeah, I didn't mean to go that crazy with this leader. I mean, I never thought Sabo would get a good leader to begin with. I did just do a video on Red Black Sabo where I played a game with him, but I think this Sabo is going to be way better than the one we have now. Really interesting. So yeah, Olin could be the one to be, like, she could be one of the big bodies you can be running in this Sabo deck. Can't really say for these two though. I will say that I might be interested in Sabo or Ace. I don't think I'll be interested in Luffy. I think I'll be more interested in the blue-yellow Ace. So who knows? Can't wait for that to come out. Alright, so the first 2 cards we've gotten for this update, this deck pretty much is of Ace himself. So we've actually gotten 2 cards of Ace. One's a 2-drop, one's a 5-drop. The 2-drop actually has more wording than the 5-drop does. So this is Ace during Goa Kingdom. So of course this is the first archetype of Goa Kingdom, I'm pretty sure. You activate main, you trash this character. You look up to the top card of your life. If that card is a 5 cost Ace, you may play it. If you play it, up to one of your leaders get plus 2,000 for until the end of your opponent's turn. So not bad, right? I guess these 2 were made for the blue-yellow Ace, because the 5-drop Ace is on play if you have 2 or less life. This character gains rush. So like, I feel like you're playing him. Hell, you can even play him in Sabo, because that's a 7k power. And it's a 5-drop, so it's 3 or higher, and it's a 7k power. So like, you could return this Ace with Sabo. So like, this Ace can be ran in Sabo as well. So like, I feel like Sabo's going to be the best one out of the 3 because of all the cards we're getting and just the abilities in general. So a 5-drop Ace that has rush, and then a 2-drop Ace that pretty much helps you with that, which pretty much works with this Ace. I'm pretty sure you could also use, oh my gosh, come to think of it, 5-drop Ace, which is the promo Ace that has double attack. You could run this Portgas D Ace, this 2-drop one, to get either this new yellow 5-drop Ace, or the red 5-drop Ace. So that's here. I'm pretty sure I can find it here on TCG Player. I actually have the promo card as well. Not that one. Portgas D Ace. Here, we'll just do it that way. Yeah, this one. I actually have this one. So because he's a 5-drop, right, and the Goa Kingdom Ace, the 2-drop, doesn't specify color. You just look up to a cost 5 Portgas D Ace in your life and you play it. So you could actually play this double attack Ace with the 2-drop Ace if it's in your life. So pretty cool. You have 2 options here actually. So yeah, if you run Sabo, the red-yellow Sabo, you could run this yellow Ace, you could run this red Ace with it. So as of right now, with just the first 2 cards, and we're not even halfway through this list yet, with the first 2 cards, like, Ace or Sabo is looking pretty good right now, I'll be honest. So that's what these 2 do. You get Rush, then 2-drop lets you play a 5-drop Ace from your life for free, pretty much. Next up is Garp and Luffy. Garp is a 1-drop, Luffy is a 5-drop, both SRs. Oh yeah, Ace is the SR, by the way. And then this normal Ace right here, I'm pretty sure is a common. But these two are SRs, so these are possible parallels we could be getting at some point in the future. Of course, Garp's Navy. Really cool to see Navy hitting the yellow side now. So, yeah, on play, you look up to the top 5, reveal one of the brothers, and then you put it into your hand and you place the rest at the bottom. So he's a searcher for the brothers, and it has to be a cost 5 or less. So Garp can work in any of the 3 brothers deck. Maybe that's why all 3 of them are half yellow, is because they have a bunch of yellow support like Garp. Garp can work in all 3 of them. So yeah, if you want to look for some Sabos and some Monkey D. Luffys and some Aces with these 3 leaders, Garp's going to be your main man. He's your main searcher. Then Luffy is a 5-drop. And he counts as Supernova, so that's cool. That's an archetype that's really good. So maybe in the future we'll be getting like a Supernova, a green yellow Supernova deck. Who knows? Maybe that'd be pretty cool. Because we did just get the Cavendish leak from the extra booster, and that works with Supernova stuff. So yeah. Activate main once per turn. This character gains plus 2,000 until the start of my next turn. So even on my opponent's turn, it'll be an 8k body. Then if you have 1 or more life, you draw a card and trash the card from your life. So draw, right? Draw is always good, but the sacrifice is losing some life. And not to mention you also get some extra power in. So it's a 5-drop 8k body just by striking yourself pretty much. And not bad. I'd say that's pretty balanced, especially since we're half yellow. We'll probably have stuff to easily get life back. So that's what these 2 do. Makino, she's a 1-drop again. Yet again, Makino is a 1-drop, 0 power, and it's for yellow. So now she has 1 for red and she has 1 for yellow. She's a 2k counter, so you're probably going to be running her in either of the brothers. It doesn't matter which one. It's a 2k yellow, so it's not bad. You take to the top or bottom of your life, look at your life cards, then return them in any order. Okay, so you can this is pretty much life manipulation for a 1-drop, and you also get a card from your life. And then you also get to rearrange stuff. So like Makino, right? She could actually again work really well in Sabo, because if you run this ace right here, or if you run the Olin, right? You could just play Makino, grab the top card of your life, right? And if you find an Olin in there, just put Olin to either the second card or the last card in your life, because she lets you rearrange them in any order. So pretty much with Makino, and if you play Sabo with her, you're pretty much just putting your aces, like your 5-drop aces or your possible Olin play, wherever you want when you need it. So she's probably going to be ran. I can see it in Sabo. We have Shanks. Shanks is a 7-drop 7k. He is an on-play ability. You flip one of your cards face down. If your opponent has 7 or more cards in their hand, you send 1 card from the top of their life to their trash. Okay, so it's an effect damage to where your opponent has to have 7 cards in their hand, so most likely they will, because everybody loves getting cards from their life nowadays. Pretty much this is a great way to keep your, I guess, Luffy from losing life, right? And Ace as well, because they both deal with putting life not into your hand. Ace puts some in the trash, Luffy puts them to the bottom of your deck, which is weird, right? I just realized, I feel like Ace's sending cards in your life face up to your trash should be for Luffy, and then Luffy's returning life to the bottom of your deck should be Ace's, because he's half blue and Luffy's is half black. But yeah, I feel like Shanks would be good for Ace and Luffy since you're losing life a lot. So that's probably what he's going to be there for. I can't really say for sure if he's going to be running Sabo. Probably not. If anything, you're probably running this 7-drop instead. So yeah. Dadan has a new card. Very menacing art. She's a blocker, actually, and on play you play up to 1 of each of a cost 2 Sabo, Ace, or Luffy from your hand. So it's 1 of each, so you could play all 3 of the brothers in 1 turn. And of course, since it's a cost 2, you're probably playing the 2-drop Ace. That helps you get other aces, the 5-drop aces. So that's probably what's going to be ran in Sabo, right? Because on your Dawn 5 turn on curve, you could play this Sabo, or this Dawn in Sabo, get one of the brothers out, or get all of them out if you can. And since you're Sabo, right, you actually just return whatchamacallit, say you're if you have a 7-drop or more out, back to your life, which is probably going to be this Ace right here, right? Say you already had this Ace out, you play Dodon, get the Sabo, Portgas D Ace, and Monkey D Luffy 2 costs out on the field. Return a 5-drop, a 3 or higher cost power back to your life with Sabo's ability, which is probably going to be the ace that was already on your board. And since you played Dodon, got the 2-drop ace out, just use his ability, get the ace you just put back into your life back to the field. So, yeah, from what it's looking like and what I keep saying, I feel like Sabo is going to be the best one out of this deck, out of this starter deck 13. Next up is Ivankov. So you would assume, right? Since it's Ivankov and it's yellow, it's going to go in Sabo. Yeah, it could work. Let's see what it does though. It's a blocker, really cool. On play, you may trash the top or bottom card of your life, reveal 1 cost 5 card from your hand, and place it face down on top of your life. Okay, you know what? Yeah, he does work in Sabo because you're just using this Ivankov on turn 3 to put one of your aces into your life. So yeah, he'll work with Sabo. You could either put your 5-drop double attack ace or your 5-drop yellow ace that's going to be released in this deck. Now we have an event card. This is the Three Brothers Bond. It's an event card. Another 1-drop main event. You look up to the top 5. You reveal 1 cost 5 or less Sabo, Ace, or Monkey D. Luffy. Oh my god, I can't speak every time. So many names to say. You could look for a 1 cost, or you could look up to 1 5 cost or less Sabo, Portgas D. Ace, or Monkey D. Luffy. Then put it into your hand. Then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. So this is just a nice 1-drop that you could be using to find your, if you're playing Sabo. I feel like I'm going to be saying that a lot. If you're choosing to play Sabo, you're using this to find your aces. If you're using this in Luffy, you're probably using this to find stuff you need to put back to the bottom of your deck. Or who knows? Who knows exactly? As of right now, it looks like I can only speculate for Sabo. The trigger is pretty much like every other trigger. You just play the main ability. So yeah, not bad. This is just a way to search for the brothers pretty much. Next up is a Yamato. It's a 5-drop 4K with a counter of 2,000, so it's another 2K counter you can have with yellow. On play, it has an ability where you look up to, I think it's all your life? Yeah, look at all your life cards. You place one of them to the top of your deck, and then you return your life cards in your desired order. So this could work with Sabo. I don't know why I started there when I just kept saying that for like half of the video already, because it looks like every yellow card in this starter deck just works with Sabo really well. So you get a card to the top of your life, or from your life to the top of your deck. So this could work in Ace, or it could work in Luffy as well. You put it to the top of your life, or your top of your deck, and then you return the rest in any order. So like if you have any triggers in your life, you could return them in any order just to get the certified trigger you need to get the game-winning kill. Especially since it's like it's a body that you could be using to swing with, so it could help in the future. This card also has Rush, so you will need 1 Dawn on it to even do any damage, unless they have a Searcher on the board that you want to get rid of that's low enough to deal it with just 4K damage. A Rush card with 4K power is pretty interesting. I don't know how it's going to work out because you're pretty much losing it after with Rush. At least with Rush Zoro, right? That's a 5K power. You only have to use 1K to protect it. So really weird. I feel like this is just going to be a utility card, if anything. I could see this working in Yamato, right? Green-yellow Yamato. You just put this card... you could put this card back with Blocker Momonosuke, if anything. But very interesting. I feel like she'd work well with Sabo or Ace, probably. Since Ace, you have to put stuff in your trash from your life. So maybe she'll work better with Ace and Sabo more than Luffy. So just like Ace, the very first update we got, we have Luffy and Sabo as well, both as the 2-drops that work well with Dodon. Dodon helps you grab these guys and play them for free pretty much. So we finally got Luffy and Sabo shown. So Luffy does a same thing as Ace, same thing with Sabo as well. You have to trash the character. For Luffy, you reveal the top card of your life. If the card is 5 cost Monkey D. Luffy card, you play it. If you play it, up to 1 of your leaders get plus 2,000 power until the end of your opponent's turn. So, not bad, not bad. So it's just these guys pretty much help get their older selves out, pretty much. So Sabo's the same thing as Luffy and Ace, except you look for a Sabo. Luffy is you look for a Luffy, and then Ace you look for an Ace. So I mean, I'll be honest, this could also work in Sabo too. Because at the end of your turn with Ace, you have to put them in your trash. And for Luffy, you have to return the card that's face up to the bottom of your deck. So at least you know what you're getting, right? You know what you're getting with these with the 3/2 drop cards of the brothers, where you're pretty much looking for their older versions of themselves. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I can really say about these two. So yeah, let's just move on to the next one. You're just using them to get a stronger body out on the board. Whitebeard got another card, and it's something other than Ninebeard now. So he has a 6-drop 7k power card. Plus 1,000 counter. That's pretty cool for some decent stats, I'd say, for a 6-drop 7k. Usually it's a 5-drop 7 for that. For this 7k stat, it's usually a 5-drop. It's like a vanilla 5-drop with 7k power. So he has like balanced stats, if that makes any sense. On play, you add the top card of your deck to your life. Then look at all your life cards. Place one card on the top of your deck. Wait, place one of the cards on the top of your deck. I'm having a problem reading this. On play, add the top card of your deck to your life. Then look at all your life cards. Place one of the cards on the top of your deck. Return your remaining life cards. Okay, so he just... Another life manipulation, more like life shuffling, where you add one to your life, and then you grab one from your life and put it on the top of your deck. So like, say you have something in your life that you don't want there, you could actually use it next turn. You put that card on the top of your deck so you can draw it next turn. So that's pretty much what Whitebeard's here for. He helps you life shuffle. Not to mention he's just a 7k body, so that's not bad. This is actually, big surprise, this is a card you could return with Sabo. So, yeah. Here's the 5-drop Sabo. So, just like Ace and Luffy, we're going to get a 5-drop Sabo for the 2-drop card. On play, trash the top card or bottom card of your life. KO up to one of your opponent's characters with cost 5 or less. Pretty cool, I might say. You may have to trash a card from your life, but since you're yellow, you're most likely going to have life manipulation. So with life manipulation, and you have this card in hand, right? You get to KO a 5 or less. That's not bad. That's a queen. That's a blocker queen. So not bad. So like you could actually use this Whitebeard's ability, get this Sabo from your life if he's in there. Because he doesn't have a trigger, right? You could get this Sabo from your life, put him on the top of your deck, draw him next turn, play him, KO something. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Sabo has a KO ability. We finally get another event. That's one of Luffy's other moves. This is Jet Spear. This is during Punk Hazard. It's Gum Gum Jet Spear. It's a counter, so you give one of your leaders or characters plus 2,000. Then, if your life is at 0, you draw a card. So, it's a pretty good counter because... Hey, drawing is always good, especially if you have a deck that has no draw engine in it. So being able to draw a card while also getting some counter power is actually pretty good. It's your basic 1-drop 2,000 power counter card with just an extra ability. The trigger is you can actually add the top or bottom card of your life, place one card from your hand at the top of your life. So the trigger is a life manipulation, life shuffling trigger, so that's pretty cool. Now, finally, for the final update we've gotten, this is the bonus pack. You get 1 card per starter deck. So if you want all 6 of these, you're going to have to buy 6 starter decks, and hopefully you can pull it. So these are the quote-unquote manga versions of the cards in the starter deck. So, of course, we get one of each of the boys when they're younger, right? Because this was a very pivotal moment in the series. We get to see how the bond started with the 3 brothers. So, of course, we're going to get quote-unquote manga versions of them. And we're going to get their caretakers as well. We're going to get the ones that pretty much looked out for them as children, when they were children. So, of course, we get Makino as one. We're going to get Garp as one. We're going to get Don as one. So, of course, I'm going to be hoping to get Garp, right? Because I like all the Navy characters. I'll probably get Ace. I really want Ace as a card, as one of the cards I pull, because Ace is actually one of my favorite out of the 3. So this is really cool to see that we'll be getting special versions of the cards we can get from this deck, because this is like the first time we've gotten something special from a starter deck, because the first the first super starter deck we got Hollow Dawn, and every basic starter deck you get like a hollow version of the leader because that's the only way you can get the leader. This is like the very first like very special one you can get from a starter deck because it's like you get special versions of the cards already in the starter deck. So yeah, this has been a very long, very long cover of what we're getting from Starter Deck 13. If we get any more updates, just like Extra Booster 1, I will be covering the updates on the starter deck as well. But yeah, really excited for this starter deck, just like how I was for Starter Deck 10 because of Law. For this one, I'm very excited for Ace, even though Sabo is starting to sound more and more appealing after looking at all these updates. I feel like I'm going to be playing Sabo now more than Ace, but that's Starter Deck 13. Can't really say for sure if we're going to be getting any other updates for this deck. I mean, we've only seen yellow cards as of right now, so maybe we'll be getting some new blue stuff, some new black stuff, and some new red stuff. But as of right now, we've only gotten updates with just yellow cards from the deck. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for Starter Deck 13. And if anything comes up, I'll be here covering it, just like Extra Booster 1. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next update. Hopefully it's something good, right? We can only hope.